Gate City Blue Devils have traveled up I-81 to take on the homesteading Patrick Henry Rebels. We're getting ready for the starting lineups right now. As the number 2 ranked team in the state of Virginia, the Gate City Blue Devils, set to take on the homesteading Patrick Henry Rebels. Ivan Sanders along with PJ Grenzel to bring you play-by-play coverage of tonight's game. And we're going to have the national anthem.
The number 2 ranked team in the state of Virginia, Gate City Blue Devils, with a perfect 15-0 record. Should be a good contest. Last time in Gate City, the Blue Devils pulled out a victory on their home floor, so that we'll just have to wait and see what happens tonight.
Gate City 5-0 in the Highland District standings. Patrick Henry 1-5. Virginia High also hoping Patrick Henry can pull off something, because Virginia High 5-1 in the district.
City now coming onto the court as we're set for basketball here from Glade Springs, Virginia. Remember that home team sports right here on Scott County Cable TV 30. And before the game even starts, we're going to have 2 technical shots taken by Patrick Henry due to a technical called on the dunk by Chris Shelton in warm-ups. So Patrick Henry's already jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Second technical is also good.
Stephen Davidson, number 22, is thinking both those shots. So before any time runs off the clock, Patrick Henry with a 2-0 lead. They'll get the ball out of bounds here on the near court. This is not an unusual situation. This has happened to Gate City once before this year. Okay, Davidson inbounds to number 40. Brian Gill. Gill brings it across. He's being guarded man for man by Morris. Gill holds up number 44, John Full, at the free throw line. Fullen looks for help to number 22, Davidson. Davidson being met by Ferguson at the three-point line. Looking for some help. Davidson gets to Gill. Gill has the pass picked off by Hensley.
Jump ball is called, and it will be Gate City basketball as the Blue Devils with their first opportunity at the bucket tonight. Devils down by 2 early, 2-0 due to a technical foul called on Chris Shelton for dunking in warm-ups. Kevin Morris over to Arthur Ferguson at the top of the key, back to Morris. Outside the three-point line, the shot is up, and good for Kevin Morris.
Loomis Dean starts 3-2. And they put the press on up court. Number 22, Davidson trying to bring it up. He gets to Gill. Back to Davidson. He brings it across. Is immediately double teamed by Morris and Ferguson. Finds Gill. Gill drives. Looks for some help. To Ottinger, number 30. As he went up for a shot, he was fouled by Ferguson. It'll send Ottinger, number 30, Jimmy Ottinger, to the line. He'll shoot 2. Foul was on Arthur Ferguson, his first. We've just begun. 3-2 the score. Ottinger eyes the bucket. Shot up is too hard off the back of the rim. No good. Ottinger will have one more. The mark. Shot up by Ottinger is again no good. This time Penalty with the rebound. And the foul called on number 44, John Fullen of Patrick Henry.
Last time these two teams met, John Fullen was not that much of an influence as he picked up a quick 3 fouls at Gate City and already has picked up number 1 here tonight. Arthur Ferguson working it up court out for the Blue Devils. Brings it across the timeline. Passes for Pendleton. Pendleton wide open, puts a shot up. It rolls no good. Shelton tips the basketball. Pulled down by Ottinger of Patrick Henry.
Ottinger, strong rebound around Shelton. Patrick Henry playing tough underneath. They get it up to Gill, who finds number 22, Davidson. Davidson to John Fullen, who almost lost his balance. Fullen on the wing to number 40, Gill. Gill looking for some help. Finds Ottinger way out front. Back to Fullen at the three-point line in the near side of the court. Fullen won't take that one. He'll get out to number 10, Crane, who gives it to Ottinger on the far side. Gate City, good job playing man-to-man with Patrick Henry. Crane has it being guarded by Hensley. Looking for some help. Crane. And good defense by Jason Hensley results in a 5-second count on Crane.
Gate City's Hensley will trigger the ball in now for the Blue Devils and to Arthur Ferguson. Ferguson working it up court for the Blue Devils. To Morris. Morris from 3 once again. In and out. Rebound comes down to number 40, Patrick Henry.
That was Brian Gill collecting that one. Number 10, Crane, brings it across up to Ottinger at the 3 line. Gets to a cutting Gill. Shot up over Morris is good. Patrick Henry leads 4-3.
Basketball comes into Hensley. Hensley will bring it across the timeline. The point guard for Gate City passes into Shelton. Shelton's turnaround jumper. In and out. Tough break for Shelton. Rebound comes down to Ferguson of Gate City. Ferguson shoots. No good, and he will draw the foul from number 40 of Patrick Henry. Personal foul number 1 on Gill. As Ferguson will go to the line looking to tie the score at 4. The Rebels up by 1, 4-3.
Looks like Patrick Henry going to go for a stall game on the offense. Going to go for a good shot.
Ferguson eyes the mark, shoots, and it rolls good for Arthur. Score knotted at 4 with 5:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Ferguson. Shot is up. Bang! Arthur Ferguson.
Gate City jumps back in the lead. It's back and forth game, 5-4. Ottinger has it, and that's a backcourt violation. They passed up court to Ottinger just inside the half-court line, and he passed back to Gill. The referees quickly spotted it. It'll go out to Gate City.
Arthur Ferguson brings the basketball into Jason Hensley. Hensley across the timeline, passes over to Morris. Morris shaking and baking. It's going to work it back over to Hensley. Hensley drives, passes back to Morris. Morris fakes, pulls up for the jumper. In and out. Rebound comes down to Shelton. Back up. Bad hit for Chris Shelton.
Chris Shelton just muscled everyone out to put the tip back in, 7-4. Davidson, long cross-court pass to Ottinger. Ottinger gets it to Crane. Crane will pull it back out. He's double-teamed, looking for some help. Finally, Ottinger picks it up. They work it back into Crane's hands. Davidson has it on the near-court side, being guarded by Ferguson. Fullen has it, and it's knocked away. The pass was intended for number 10, Crane, knocked away by Hensley. Still Patrick Henry possession. They'll take it on the side, on the farthest court. They get into number 40, Gill. Gill going to drive. Kick it back out to number 22. They find Fullen open. Fullen shot up over Shelton. Good.
Good job there by the big man just to let him go by. The score 7-6. Morris comes the other way quickly. No good. Morris took steps. Good call there by the official.
Patrick Henry staying close, 7-6. Ball is inbounded to number 40, Brian Gill. Stephen Davidson now has it as Gate City putting some pressure on. to Davidson, and they get it to Crane. Crane is stripped away.
Pendleton, and the ball stripped again by Patrick Henry, run down by, let's see who's finally going to get it. Patrick Henry's number 40 comes up with it.
They get it in the hands of Chad Crane. Crane brings it up. He's at the top of the key, looks to his right, gets to number 22, Stephen Davidson. Davidson looking for a cutting player, gives it to Fullen at the top of the circle. Fullen looking for some help. To number 10, Crane on the far side. Crane being guarded by Hensley. Back out to Ottinger. Patrick Henry very patient, looking for a good shot. Fullen thinks about the three, not going to shoot that one. Ottinger now has it on the far side of the court, being fronted by Pendleton. Out in front to Davidson, now on the far side. Into Ottinger, turnaround jumper over Pendleton, no good. John Fullen with the rebound, his shot, no good. Pendleton, or Ferguson the rebound.
Out to Hensley quickly. Hensley fakes, pulls up for the jumper. In and out for Hensley. Rebound comes down to number 10, Crane, off Patrick Henry.
Both teams missing some shots. Ferguson nearly with the kickoff, and they're going to whistle. Arthur Ferguson with the foul. It's 2 fouls on Ferguson early in the first period. And the horn sounds. Number 14 for Patrick Henry. Williams will check in. Out will go Crane. Patrick Henry will have the ball. Number 22, Davidson. Stephen Davidson inbounding. They stack and they break it. They get it to Williams, number 14. Williams going to pull it way back. Looks for some help. Gives it to Stephen Davidson, being fronted by Ferguson. Davidson going to drive from Ferguson. He's down in the corner to Williams. Williams has some trouble with it. Nearly picked off by Hensley. Williams chases it down to Fullen. Fullen to a wide open Stephen Davidson. Misses the shot. May have been intimidated by Shelton.
Shelton gets it to Ferguson. Ferguson breaks the timeline. Passes over to Morse. Morse from 3. No good. Rebound comes down to Ottinger of Patrick Henry.
Ottinger gets away with an elbow to Shelton. And they get it to hands to Williams. Williams coming up court. Breaks the half-court line. They get it to number 40, Brian Gill, going to drive. Shot up over Shelton. Good.
Tough shot there by Gill. Now Ferguson up to Hensley. Hensley on the left wing. Passes to Morris on the baseline. Pull-up jumper for Morris. No good. Rebounded by Ottinger of Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry in the lead, 8-7. And they're coming down court, looking to extend that lead. Number 40, Brian Gill has the ball. Over to Williams. Williams back to Gill, being fronted by Morris. And Gill, oh my, almost a turnover to Williams. To Stephen Davidson. He's being fronted by Ferguson. Looking for some help. Has Fullen at the top of the circle. Williams going to drive. Shot blocked out of bounds by Shelton.
Tony, the Terminator Bellamy, set to check into the contest now for Gate City. Replacing Arthur Ferguson. This is instant offense right here for Gate City.
Patrick Henry inbounding from underneath the goal. Long pass to the front court. Gill has it in his hands. Ottinger in the corner. Back to Gill. They work it around the circle. And it ends up in Stephen Davidson's hands from 3. Shot won't go. There's Fullen the rebound. Fullen looking for some help. Gets out to Gill. Williams to Davidson. In the corner. Back to Williams. Going to drive. Kick it to Davidson. From 3 again. This time it will go for Davidson.
Patrick Henry up by 4. 11-7. Hensley across the timeline. Gate City seems like it takes them a quarter to get warmed up. But after that, you better look out. Shelton, strong move, quick shot up. In and out, and a foul will be called on number 44, I believe, of Patrick Henry. We'll have to wait and see. And indeed, John Fullen picks up personal number 2. And Shelton will be at the line. No, there's 2 shots for Shelton.
You have to wonder, how deep is Patrick Henry's bench? John Fullen is really the heart and soul of this team. And what happens when he goes out?
Shelton's first shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Number 10, Crone, set to check back into the contest to replace number 40. That is Gill. Shelton's second shot coming up. The big man eyes the mark, shoots. Good for Chris Shelton.
Deficit narrowed to 3, 11-8 to score. 1:37 left to play in the first period. They work it over in the hands of Stephen Davidson. Back over to Crane. Gate City putting good pressure up in the backcourt. They find Williams wide open, going to drive, put the shot up. May have been blocked by Shelton. And the tip-in shot finally by Fullen, good.
Rusty Pendleton to dribble the basketball into Tony Bellamy. 1:18 remaining in the first quarter. Gate City down by 5. Hensley across the timeline. for Pelton, knocked away. Pelton runs it down, gives it back to Morris. Morris is going to set the offense up again for Gate City. Passes over to Hensley. Hensley to Bellamy. Bellamy back to Morris. Morris tried to pass it, knocked away. Run down by number 10, Crone.
Crane comes down with a 2-on-1 break. He has it tipped away. Oh my, a foul going to be called, and the Gate City fans are upset about that. Foul called on number 32, Jason Hensley. His first. It'll send number 10, Chad Crane, to the line. He'll be shooting. No, won't be a. Well, there's apparently some confusion. Patrick Henry demanding a 1-and-1. They're not going to get it. Bullen gets it in bounds barely as the referee just laid the ball down. Shelton knocks away the pass. Crane can't come up with it. And oh my, Crane throws it out. No technical call. Patrick Henry fired up.
We've seen this before, though, PJ. Kevin Morris with the basketball back to Hensley. 47 seconds remaining. Gate City down 13-8. Hensley over to Morris. Morris inside for Shelton. Shelton against Fullen. Puts the shot up. Block. Bellamy with the rebound. Rebound is pulled down by Ottinger and Patrick Henry.
Ottinger coming and hands off to Williams. Williams crosses the half-court line. Looks for some help. To Davidson in the corner. He's at the 3-line. He's hit one already. Over Bellamy. Shot is no good. Shelton with the rebound.
Gives it to Morris. Morris. And Fullen commits foul number 3. Gate City will have the basketball on the side as Patrick Henry coach quickly goes to his bench and calls on number 12, Taylor, to replace Fullen of Patrick Henry.
Also, number 42, May, comes in as Steven Davidson gets a break for the Rebels. But you have to wonder, Patrick Henry playing physical, but they can't play physical if everyone fouls out.
Hensley with the basketball for Gate City. Lob inside for Shelton. Too high for the big man. Out of bounds to Patrick Henry.
Just a little bit out of Shelton's reach. But a good effort nonetheless. They're down to 13 seconds before the end of the first period. Patrick Henry working it up. Number 42 bringing it up. Kicked off by Hensley.
Hensley takes it up. Batting in for 2.
Pressure defense pays off. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. And they won't get a shot off.
So at the end of one quarter of action, Gate City up down by 3, 13-10, as the Blue Devils go to the bench to talk to Coach Dave Mason.
Whether it's a home health care need, such as a wheelchair, hospital bed, ostomy supplies, or blood pressure check equipment, you will find it here at Weber City Drugs. Prescriptions are quickly and
going over 100, and don't be surprised if the same thing happens here in the second.
As soon as Morris finds his range, they better look out because the three-point man will go on a rampage.
All right, Patrick Henry will begin the second quarter inbounding. Number 42, May, looks for some help, gets it into Ottinger, Jimmy Ottinger, number 30, to Chad Crane. Crane being guarded by Morris, looking for some help to May. May being double teamed by Pendleton, Bellamy and Morris, a turnover. And a foul going to be called on who? Let's see.
Number 30, Ottinger, Patrick Henry is going to pick up the personal.
That's 2 on Jimmy Ottinger for Patrick Henry. Gate City in the bonus, and Tony Bellamy will shoot the 1-and-1.
So the Terminator with his opportunity to pick up his first points on the evening. Tony has been a solid player for Coach Dave Mason this year. Very tough basketball player, very physical. The 1+1 shot for Bellamy. Up. No good. Rebound is loose. Out of bounds to Patrick Henry.
Number 42, May, will inbound for the Rebels. Up by 3, 13-10. Into Chad Crane. Crane comes up. Gate City putting pressure on. Over to May. May has the ball slide off his hands. Patrick Henry going to have to hurry to beat the 10 count. Crane barely does. Long pass to Ottinger. Ottinger shot blocked by Shelton.
Ball comes out quickly to Hensley. Hensley with a 3-on-2 breakaway passes to Bellamy and slapped away by number 12 Taylor on Patrick Henry. And he took steps. Gate City basketball.
Gate City has put a good pressure and it's paying off with some key turnovers.
Morris will inbound the ball from underneath his own bucket. Brings the basketball into Hensley. Hensley works it back out, passes to Morris. Morris in the corner, shaking it and baking, passes back out to Hensley. Hensley looking inside for Shelton. Cannot get it to him. Finally lobs in for the big man. Back to Morris from 3. Bang!
Morris for 3 in this ball game is tied. 13-13. A to Williams. Williams going to split the two Devil defenders. Ottinger shot up over Pendleton, and Shelton no good, but they're going to call the blocking foul on Rusty Pendleton, number 50, his first foul. It'll send to the line, number 30, Jimmy Ottinger. Ottinger looking for his first points of the night. He'll have 2 shots. Ottinger eyes the mark. Shot up and good.
Patrick Henry team is a very good team. They give Virginia High a battle for their life the other night up here.
Both teams in the bonus. Ottinger's second shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Pendleton.
Pendleton gives out to Hensley. Hensley setting up the offense for KC. Lobs for Bellamy. Bellamy from 3. Bang! Tony Bellamy!
You can't stop all the weapons. 16-14 to score. Crane, long pass up court to Williams. Williams from the foul line. Shot up and good for Patrick Henry.
Score knotted at 16. The basketball comes into Jason Hensley. Hensley across the timeline. Sets up the offense. Passes over for Morris. Morris goes up for the jumper. No good. Rebound comes down to Ottinger off Patrick Henry.
Morris very cold. He's guarding Crane right now. Crane trying to break a half-court plane. Nearly has it stripped away. Crane picks it up. Gets it to May. May blocked by Shelton. And now with a hard block out of bounds by Shelton. 3 blocked by Chris Shelton tonight.
And the Patrick Henry coach over there scratching his head in disbelief as Chris Shelton. Sophomores and a very, very experienced. Most of them come up from the championship JV team from last year. Herman Spivey, Josh Collins, a whole string of players that Coach Dave Mason can go to.
Okay, 6-12 now before the half. Score knotted at 16. Both teams in the bonus situation. May will inbound for Patrick Henry. Out front to Williams. Williams says, let's slow it down. Gives it to Gill. Back to Williams. To Gill. Back and forth they go. Gill going to drive the lane. Shot up. Wild shot over Shelton. He plugs the rebound.
Shelton gives to Hensley. Hensley pushing it quickly for Gate City. Had Morris wide open underneath. Didn't see him in time. Finally tries to pass in. Knocked out of bounds to Gate City.
May got a hand on it.
Kevin Morris will bring the basketball in. Brings it in to Hensley. Hensley from the paint. Shoots. No good. Tipped up by Morris. No good. Morris fighting for the rebound. Finally pulled down by Ottinger and Patrick Henry.
Ottinger finally gets it to number 40. That's Gill. Gill looking for some help, being hounded by Morris. Gill gets it to a breaking Ottinger. Shot up over Bellamy, good.
Bellamy to turn the basketball into Hensley. The Devils down by 2, 18-16, with 5:20 remaining in the first half. Hensley lobs for Shelton. Shelton wide open, puts the shot up. No good, but he did draw the foul that time from a Patrick Henry Rebel. Let's see who they're going to call it on. Number 40 off Patrick Henry. That is Gill picking up personal number 2, as the big man Shelton will be at the line shooting 2. Can pull the Devils within 1 if he converts this first foul shot. Shot is up and short again. Again, Chris Shelton with an opportunity to pull the Devils back within 1 with 5:15 remaining in the first half. Shot is up and good this time for Chris Shelton.
So the lead 1 for the Patrick Henry Rebels. Number 42, May will inbound. He gets it to Brian Gill. Brian Gill looking around as he will bring it up court. He double team. Picked off by Jason Hensley.
Hensley to Morris. Morris pulls up for the one-hand jump shot. In and out. Rebound comes down to Pendleton. Back up and in.
There, the rebounding pays off. Devils go in the lead, 19-18. Again, a good pressure on Gill. Has to hurry. Shot over to May. Back to Gill. They're going to have to hurry to get it across for 10 seconds. Barely get it across. Blocked away, but they're going to say Pendleton kicked it. 2 substitutions for Patrick Henry will come in. Number 10, Chad Crane, and number 22, Stephen Davidson will check back in. Brian Gill and another player will sit down. Davidson looking to inbound it to Williams. Williams, as the shot is blocked this time off of Shelton's foot, it'll go out of bounds to Patrick Henry. And it'll be number 22, Davidson, again inbounding. Looks for some help. Way out front, picked off by Bellamy.
Morris saves it in bounds, goes into the bleachers. Hope he's okay. Walking the call on Jason Hensley. Kevin Morris flew into the Patrick Henry bleachers and luckily comes away unscathed.
But what hustle by Morris.
The Devil defense coming alive.
Number 10, Chad Crane has it. He's double teamed by Morrison Bellamy. Up to Williams, up to Jimmy Oninger, streaking. Shot up over Shelton. Shelton may have got a piece of it.
Shelton gives to Hensley, quickly up to Morris. Morris outside the three-point line, pulls it inside, shoots. No good, but he will draw the foul from number 22. Davidson off Patrick Henry, personal number 2.
For Patrick Henry, you have Bullen with 3 fouls as the Patrick Henry coach calls a timeout. Bullen with 3 fouls, Oninger with 2, Oninger with 1 foul, Gill with 2, Davidson with 1, and Crane with none.
As you can hear, both sides chanting for their team. Gate City up by 19-18 when we come resume action. Kevin Morris will be at the line shooting 2 shots. Very, very good contest early, PJ.
Very physical, and I think you've got a lot of energy out there right now. Both teams going up and down the court at full speed. You just have to wonder how long this pace can keep up with Patrick Henry.
While we got time out here, I'd like to say hello to my family back in Gate City, especially to my sister Sherry, who is at home ill. Best wishes for a speedy recovery, Sherry. As Gate City and Patrick Henry coming back on the court, with Morris stepping to the line to shoot 2 for the Blue Devils. PJ, it seems to me like every team we faced this year has been awed by Gate City. Everybody you talk to says this looks like a college basketball team, and indeed they do.
I think when you're number 1, people are out to get you, and that's why Patrick Henry is really playing tough. They know that they're going to play their best to beat these Devils.
Morris' shot is up and good. The lead is now 2 for Gate City. Kevin with 7 points on the night so far. Morris will have his second shot. He eyes the bucket, shoots. It's good.
The Gate City now opens up a 3-point advantage as they double team Williams in the backcourt to Davidson. Davidson looking down court, double team. He gets it to Crane, and Crane travels with the ball. Good pressure defense by Gate City.
And the Devils will have the basketball on the side closest to us. The Devils are running from right to left this half. Ferguson with the basketball outside the 3, passes over to Hensley. Hensley looking inside, skip pass to Morris. Morris fakes, drives, shoots. In and out. Rebound comes out to Oninger up Patrick Henry.
Oninger doing an excellent job on the offensive rebounding boards. Up to Crane. Crane Oninger at the 3 line in the corner. Not going to take the shot, but looking for someone to help him out. Finds number 12 outside. Picked off by Morris.
Morris with a 1-2 breakaway. Passes back to Shelton, over to Pilton. Pilton. And we're going to have a traveling violation call on Gate City.
Seems to me the Devils are just playing a little out of control. As number 42, May, checks in. Number 12, Taylor, will sit down for Patrick Henry. It'll be the Rebels' ball on the far side of the court. Aimed at it to Chad Crane. He's immediately double-teamed. Back off to Davidson. Long pass up towards Oninger. Oninger going to drive. Shot blocked by Shelton back in Oninger's face. Oninger misses the tip-in. Pendleton collects the rebound.
And he is fouled by Oninger, and Rusty Pelton is heated.
I think tempers are starting to flare a little bit. There's a frustration foul by Oninger.
Number 44, John Fulham, checks back into the contest, replaces Oninger. Oninger has done superb here in the first half.
2 fouls on Oninger, though. And Bowen checking in with 3. Patrick Henry's big men are in dire danger of fouling out.
Pelton will be at the line shooting the 1+1. Rusty eyes the mark, shoots. It's no good. Shelton and Fulham go up for out of bounds to Patrick Henry. Shelton helps John up. Nice show of sportsmanship there by the big man.
Davidson again will bring the ball in for Patrick Henry. He is immediately doubled, and almost picked off by Ferguson, but they're going to say he kicked it. Patrick Henry retains it. A substitution coming in for Patrick Henry. It'll be number 40, Brian Gill, checking back in. Chad Crane will have a seat on the bench. 21-18 to score, 3:29 before the half. Into Brian Gill, dumps it off to Davidson, looking to get it up court. They're going to have to hurry. Davidson lobs it, picked off by Pendleton.
Pendleton up to Hensley. Hensley. And they're going to call a foul on number 22, Davidson, off Patrick Henry. So Jason Hensley will be at the line with a 1+1, the third personal foul on Davidson. So 3 men in foul trouble already for Patrick Henry.
Chad Crane quickly checking back in, and Williams gets a seat for the Rebels. Jason Hensley at the line.
Jason with a 1+1. Eisenmark shoots. First shot is good. Jason now with 3 points on the evening. The tail end of the 1-1 will follow. Score is Gate City 22, Patrick Henry 18, with 3:18 remaining in the first half. Shot from Hensley is no good. Lane violation on Gate City. The ball goes to Patrick Henry.
And brief timeout called by the referee so Ferguson can retie his shoe. Okay, back to the action. Number 22, Davidson inbounding to Gill. Gill looks down court. Crane, he holds it way down court. That one just sailed away. Good for the field goal. No. Goes out of bounds and a Gate City ball.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar couldn't have got to that one, PJ. Ferguson across the timeline, lobs for Shelton. Shelton comes down with it, puts it up. No good, out of bounds to Gate City. The Patrick Henry bench calling for a foul on Shelton over the back, no whistle. Hensley underneath his own bucket will turn it in for the Blue Devils. Hensley lobs in for Shelton. Shelton goes up, no good. Ferguson on the ball, no good, but he is fouled by number 10, Crane, of Patrick Henry, personal number 1 on Crane.
Well, again, we see Patrick Henry getting physical. And that time it cost him. Sends Ferguson to the line. Ferguson, an excellent foul shooter.
You notice where most of the action has stayed, and they're calling 1-on-1 saying Ferguson wasn't shooting. Unusual. Ferguson eyes the bucket, shoots. Bang for Arthur Ferguson. Arthur with 3 points on the evening, all on foul shots. Ferguson eyes the mark, shoots. This one is also good.
Gate City stretches its lead to 6, 24-18. Patrick Henry trying to work the ball up court. All balls in the hands of Stephen Davidson. Long pass up court to May. He handles it this time. Drive, he'll put and kick it out.
See the big man standing over there, PJ.
Intimidating a little. Crane open to a wide open Gill to Davidson. He's being harassed by Ferguson. Davidson looking for some help. And almost picked off. It is picked off by Pendleton. Can he catch up to it? No. Knocked it down the court. He was trying to catch up with the ball rolling. Out. He couldn't. It'll be Patrick Henry ball underneath the goal.
Good hustle there by the big man.
And we'll start it again. Long pass down court. I don't know who Davidson was trying to. It fell out of bounds between Shelton and Pendleton.
Gate City's basketball underneath their own bucket as Morris set to trigger the basketball in for Gate City. Morris brings it into Hensley. Back out to Ferguson. Ferguson in the corner for Morris. Morris from 3. Off the front of the rim, rebounded by Ferguson. Goes back up. Short. Pendleton falls with a rebound. Puts it back up. Again, short. Rebounded by Ottinger off Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry going to come down very patient. Number 40, Gill, comes down being harassed by Morris. Oh my, going to call a little reaching foul round on Morris. Morris first. And that'll send, I believe, number 10, Crane to the line. No, excuse me, it'll be number 40, Brian Gill. The guard will go to the line, seeking points number 5 and 6 of the night. Gill's first shot up, not hard enough. Hensley pulls it down.
Hensley with a 3-on-2 breakaway, lobs for Morris. Morris tried to tip it up, no good. Rebound comes down to number 42, and he took steps. Gate City's basketball underneath their own bucket. Morris and Hensley have worked out an alley-oop play this year, and it has worked to perfection at least 3 times we know of. Morris into Hensley. Back to Ferguson. Ferguson for Shelton. The big man has it, and he is muscled around in there. Puts a shot up and in.
Surprising, no whistle. It's Hillwood. Hammer. The Rebels trying to look in. Double team on Crane. Long pass up to May. May going to drive. Shot up. Blocked by Shelton.
Hensley coming the other way for Gate City. Passes for Ferguson. Beautiful pass. The shot blocked out of bounds by Ottinger off Patrick Henry.
Horn sounds, and 2 Rebels come back in. It'll be number 14, Williams, and number 44, John Fullen.
Hensley set to trigger the basketball in for Gate City.
Crane and May sit down.
Hensley set them out of the basketball. Lobs in for Shelton. No good. And a foul will be called on Davison. That will be foul number 4 on Davison.
Davidson pushing his luck, jawing with the referee when he shouldn't.
And Pendleton will be at the line with a 1+1. 1:46 remaining here in the first half. The Devils up 26-18. Pendleton eyes the mark. Shoots. It's good. Rusty with 3 points on the evening. Second shot from Pendleton. On its way and good also.
ACD kicks it up to 10, 28-18. 1:46 left to play before the half. Up to Williams. Williams splits the seams. Long pass up court to Ottinger. Ottinger holds it up, waits for his team to get back. Williams now going to be the point guard. And has it blocked away by Morris. Picked up in the backcourt by Gill. Gill will bring it up. Looking for some help. Trying to get a cutting Davidson. And a shot blocked by Davidson. By Shelton. And Ottinger puts the tip in good.
Pendleton quickly into Ferguson. Gacy coming the other way quickly. Pass over to Morris. Morris drives around number 40. Puts the leading jumper up. No good. Foul is fought for and pulled down by Ottinger and Patrick Henry.
Rebels hanging tough. They can cut the lead to 6 or maybe more. Williams gets it to Gill in the front court. Over to Ottinger on the side. Had Williams cutting across. Couldn't find him. Now number 44, Fullen has it. Fullen to number 40, Gill on the near side of the court, being fronted by Morris. Davidson out front. Fullen on the side. Won't take the shot. Back to Williams. Clock winding down to 41 seconds. Fullen in three-point land. Gets to Ottinger. To Gill. Patrick Henry just milking the clock down. Williams over to Davidson. Davidson going to drive. Shot up over Shelton is good.
Ferguson triggers the basketball into Hensley. The Devils up by 6, 28-22. JC signaling for one shot. Pass comes over to Morris. Morris to Ferguson, who's out next to the timeline. To Morris on the right wing as Gacy pulling it out. Morris and Ferguson playing a passing game. Morris drives the lane, shoots. Good! Kevin Morris.
Clock winds down. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 3-point shot by Ottinger is no good.
So at the half, Gate City up by 8, 30-22.
Who are ready for the final 16 minutes of the game. Teams in the huddles right now. Jay Mason speaking to his troops. Not a whole lot you can say, just some easy jumpers that were missed. And a lot of calls that didn't go to Gate City's way. As the team comes out, going over the starting 5 for Gate City. You've got Pendleton, Shelton, Morris, Ferguson, and Hensley. For Patrick Henry, you have Gill, Fullen, Crane, Ottinger, and Davidson, excuse me.
Ferguson with the basketball for the Blue Devils as we're underway to start the second half. Ferguson looking inside, finds Shelton. Shelton puts a strong move on, shoots. It will roll in for the big man.
Gate City jumps out quickly, 10-point lead. Inbounded to number 22, Davidson. They're trying to work it up. Gill has it now double teamed by Hensley and Ferguson. Back to Davidson. Picked off by Shelton, but it's knocked out of bounds. And they're going to say off the hands of Davidson. Fullen.
So Gacy will have the basketball on the side right at their bench. Hensley triggers the basketball into Ferguson. Ferguson across the timeline at the top of the keys. And he drug his foot traveling on Arthur Ferguson.
Ferguson saw a play and then saw a better one. It'll be Patrick Henry ball on the near side of the court. Inbound to Gill. Brian Gill gives to Stephen Davidson. Back and forth they go, trying to work it up court. Finally due to Stephen Crane, or Chad Crane, excuse me. He's double triple team, looking for some help. Finally gets it to Gill, to Ottinger. Back out to Crane. They have number 22 Davidson open in the corner. Pulling open on the top of the key, won't take the shot. Crane has it, being guarded by Morris. Crane on the near side. Back out, and finally in the hands of Fullen on the far side at the three-point line. He won't shoot it. Working the ball around, Fullen cutting across. Davidson at the top of the key, looking for some help. Gate City, good pressure. They're in a man-to-man defense right now. Ottinger with Pendleton on him. Back out to number 22, Davidson. Hensley doing a good job of defense on Davidson. Fullen has it now on the outside and throws the pass away. Retrieved by number 22, Davidson, but a backcourt violation called on him.
JC will have the basketball again at their bench. Ferguson brings it in to Hensley. Hensley of Gate City at the top of the key, working around to the right side in the direction of Kevin Morris. As Hensley will pass to Morris. Morris from three. It will roll off the rim, rebounded by Rusty Pendleton. And Pendleton may be fouled there by Crane of Patrick Henry. And indeed, Crane picks up the personal. As Kevin Morris will turn the basketball in for Gate City. Morris into Hensley, back out to Ferguson. Ferguson at the top of the key, hands off to Kevin Morris. Morris working against Crane. Blocking foul caught on Crane. Personal foul number 3 on Crane.
The referee is trying to keep this game in check. Trying to not let it get as physical as it did in the first half.
Hensley with the basketball for the Blue Devils. At the top of the key, works back on the left side to Ferguson. Ferguson, spin move, passes in for Morris. Morris in the lane. Rinky-dink shot, no good. Pulled down by Ottinger off Patrick Henry.
And the Rebels, number 10, Crane, will work it up. Double team, looking for some help. Has it stolen away.
Hensley comes up with it. Passes to Pendleton. Pendleton takes it up. And in for 2.
Over Gill. Pendleton's shot good. 12-point lead for the Devils, 34-22. They work it up to Fullen. Fullen looks for some help. Gonna have to hurry. And he does it right to Morris.
Morris takes it between two Patrick Henry players. No good. And Rusty Pendleton over the back. Good call that time by the official.
Gate City missing some easy shots. Patrick Henry will inbound it. It'll be number 22, Davidson. Davidson with 4 fouls. Has to be careful. Looks for some help. Gets it into Gill. Back to Davidson. Double team by Morris and Ferguson. Up to Crane. Crane looking for some help. Finally finds Ottinger. Ottinger going to drive. No, going to hold up. Davidson out to Crane. He's double teamed. Davidson wide open. Instead gives a bullet. Patrick Henry just milking the clock down, it appears. Davidson into Gill on the inside. Turnaround jumper. Swatted away by Shelton.
Hensley coming the other way for Gate City. Almost on the way by number 40. As number 40, Gill, commits his 3rd personal foul. Into the game comes number 42, May, for Patrick Henry.
Number 22, Davidson sits down. Davidson with 4 fouls.
Jason Hensley brings it into Arthur Ferguson in the backcourt. Ferguson across to Hensley. Hensley will pull up from 3. Bang! Jason Hensley.
And if there's any way to get your team fired up, it's a 3-point bomb. Patrick Henry working up court. Crane now has a 3-on-3 break. Tipped away, broken up by Hensley. And it went off in his hands out of bounds. Pass was intended for Fullen. It'll be Rebel ball underneath the basket. Inbounding will be May, number 42. They spread out. To Crane. May has it now at the 3-point line. Far side. Get it to Ottinger. Ottinger out front, being guarded by Pendleton. They're trying to work number 40, Gill open. Gill going to drive. Shot swatted away by Shelton. Another one.
No one can go inside on the big man as Ferguson comes the other way. Passes to Morris. Morris drug his foot, traveling. Good call there.
Morris is seen having an off night, but a lot of that can be contributed to good defense by Patrick Henry. Williams checks in, and Gill will sit down for Patrick Henry. As the Rebels inbound it, having some trouble picked up by Hensley.
Hensley shot is up and good for 2 more.
The pressure is just turned up a notch, and it's paying off in the second half. A for Patrick Henry. It's bringing the ball up the court. It's number 10, Crane. As it's in Ottinger's hands, now back to Crane. He'll set the team's offense up. Williams having trouble, nearly picked off by Hensley. Crane is open at the foul line, but won't shoot it. Very hesitant. Crane is bumped by number 32, Jason Hensley. Foul number 2 on Hensley. And neither team in a shooting situation as of yet. So the Rebels will inbound the ball. They get to Williams. To number 44, he won't shoot it. That is, I can't believe this. Patrick Henry not shooting any shots outside of 8 feet. Williams has it on the near side of the court, on the wing, being guarded by Morris. Morris going to back off a little. And 5 seconds going to be called on Williams. Patrick Henry just looks like they're
Confused. They don't know what to do as the Patrick Henry coach is seeing all he can take. As Tony Bellamy checks into the contest for Gate City.
This is a classic Devils run. As we see, they come out in the second half, just wearing down the opposition, and it's almost like a totally new ball game.
This, so far, has been the low-scoring game that Gate City has had all year long.
We've seen Gate City run up into the hundreds, and we've seen some low-scoring ones. We thought maybe in the 50s, but not in the 39-point area. No way.
With a team like Gate City, though, they can explode for 30 points in one quarter, PJ. We had seen that the other night at Marion when they exploded for 32 points in the second quarter alone.
I think a lot of this has to do with Patrick Henry's delay game. I'm really shocked that Patrick Henry, they've had some ideal shot opportunities. They have passed them up, passing out. I can't believe this.
After you've had 12 rejections in your face, it's pretty hard to think about putting a shot up when you see the big man, Chris Shelton, standing in there.
Patrick Henry, I think, not playing a very good team game.
Bellamy triggers it in to Ferguson. Ferguson works it up across the timeline. Going to pull up from 3. In and out from Ferguson. Rebounded by Pelton. Back up and in.
Rusty Pendleton is perhaps one of the silent heroes of Gate City. He's always seems to be there to put a tip in or something. Williams comes up 3-on-2 break. Ottinger's shot goes in and good. Foul by Shelton. That's it now. That is only foul number 1 on Chris Shelton. Great control by Shelton with his defense. 22 Davidson will check in for Patrick Henry. And May will sit down.
Ottinger has been the bread and butter player tonight for Patrick Henry.
Those are the first 2 points scored in the second half by Patrick Henry, and the third coming on Ottinger's free throws.
Bellamy gives off to Ferguson. Ferguson across the timeline gives to Morris. Morris directing traffic for Gate City. Passes to Ferguson on the right wing inside to Shelton. Shelton's turnaround jumper, and for 2.
I don't think Patrick Henry has ever seen a big man as mobile as Shelton. Devils good pressure, but Ottinger open up court. Gonna put the easy layup in and miss it. Williams the rebound. Shot blocked by Shelton again.
Up to Morris. Morris from 3. Bang! Moose Morris. 13 points on the night for Kevin.
And again, Patrick Henry resorting to long court passes just to break the Gate City pressure. Ottinger has it in the corner. And into a cutting Davidson, misses an easy shot. Fulton at the rebound. His shot blocked by Shelton.
Ball comes out to Ferguson. Ferguson coming the other way. Passes to Morris. Morris fakes. Shoots off the glass. In and out. Rebounded by Bellamy. Up and in.
Buddy Bellamy, immediate contribution. Gate City up 48-25. We're down to 2 minutes left in the third quarter. And Patrick Henry's fans have become very quiet. Ottinger gives to Crane. Davidson's open for 3, but he won't shoot it. Williams shot up over Pendleton, good.
Williams and Morris having a little shoving match in there with Williams getting the best of Morris. Ferguson across the timeline. Passes over to Morris. Morris fakes, drives the baseline. Blocking foul called on number 10, Crane of Patrick Henry. Personal number 4. What did we talk about exploding there, PJ? It's happened right here in the third quarter. Within a minute, Gate City has exploded for a lot of points. Morris, outside the three-point line, is going to put the bomb up. No good. Shelton on the rebound. Shelton loses control of it, runs it down. And Shelton took steps, but it looked like he was pushed from behind.
So Patrick Henry finds himself in a desperate situation, down 21 points. 1:36 in the third quarter left to be played. Number 10, Crane, double team, gonna have to hurry. Tipped away by Bellamy.
Bellamy passes to Morris. Morris drives, shoots. Good for Kevin Morris.
Morris may have been shoved, no whistle. Oninger has it. Back to Davidson. Gate City, as the pressure is broken. Oninger open in the corner. He won't take it. Davidson has it in the corner, and he'll pull it back out also. Morris running Davidson. Good defense by Morris. They get out to Fullen. Fullen to the top of the key to Crane. Crane being guarded by Bellamy. Nearly picked off by Pendleton. Then they were picked off by Morris. And let's see what the call is. 3 seconds on John Fullen, I believe.
Young man from Patrick Henry, Williams, is getting very physical on the inside, pushing several of the Gate City players around. He better watch out. That's an easy ride to the bench early. Ferguson across the timeline. He looks inside for Shelton, can't find him. Passes to Morris. Morris against Oninger. Passes over to Ferguson. Ferguson thought about 3. Passes back to Morris. Morris drives around. Oninger pulls up for the bank shot. Good for Kevin Morris. And we have a foul called on Arthur Ferguson, slapping the basketball out of the hands of Crane.
Gate City in the bonus. Patrick Henry not quite there yet, so they'll inbound it. 52-27 the score. 35 seconds left to play in the third period. Number 22, Stephen Davidson inbounding to Crane, to Davidson. As they work their way up court, Patrick Henry does. Williams breaks the 3-on-2 break to Oninger. Blocked from behind by Shelton. Another block.
Shelton quickly to Bellamy, stolen away by Fullen up Patrick Henry. Fullen's going to hold it up.
He'll give to Williams as the Rebels will set things up to Oninger in the corner. Clock winding down, 15 seconds, and a blocking foul going to be called on Pendleton as Oninger went on the baseline.
Personal foul number 3 on Pendleton.
And this will be a 1-and-1.
Shelton, it's unreal what he's done out there on the court tonight, BJ. You need a stat sheet alone to keep up with the blocks he's had.
I think Shelton has, within the last 5 to 6 to 7 games, has impressed a lot of recruiters from colleges. Oninger's first shot up is no good. Shelton collects the rebound.
Shelton gives to Bellamy. Bellamy passes to Ferguson. 9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Ferguson lobs in for Shelton. Shelton turned around and he is fouled by Crane. That may be all for Crane.
That's by ours. That is number 5 on Crane.
As we said, errors are not official. That's 4 fouls on Crane. Shelton will be at the line, shooting a 1+1. Eisenmark shoots. Will not fall. Pendleton tried to tip. No good. Oninger with the rebound. 1 second left on the clock. So at the end of 3, the Blue Devils up.
As Gate City just put the clamps on them. Patrick Henry, it was almost 4 minutes into the game before they scored their first, or 4 minutes into the third period before they even scored their first point. That, you have to give credit to Gate City's defense on that.
Chris